Time's now 8:15. The pandemic has changed a lot about how we see our health and how we prepare for the future. And that's caused more young people than usual to start thinking about wills and estate plans. Chris Burns with Burns Estate Planning is with us this morning to share why having estate plans in order is so important, and not just for older people. Chris, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
So when we talk about younger people making plans for their estates, ballpark age, what are we talking about here?
Really, I mean, you need to, as soon as you start acquiring property, like a house, or you start to build up some type of nest egg, it would probably be a good time to start exploring that. Or maybe you just got married or just had a child. Those would be some good reasons to start exploring a will.
And Chris, putting your wishes down for the future of your estates, there are varying levels to it. You and I talked about. It can be as simple as writing something on a Post-it note, or more complicated. Kind of talk about the different levels that we have out there, options we have out there.
Yeah, sure. I mean, obviously, step one is you need to put something in writing. Put it on a legal pad, or put it somewhere where someone knows where it's at, that it exists. Right. That's at the simplest form, and then you can kind of walk yourself up. Maybe you want to be a little bit more detailed. Maybe you want to get it notarized, or maybe you got some type of estate problem or legacy that you want to make sure that you can get to the next generation or following generations. Maybe then you even start to explore trust and things along those lines.
And when you talk about things like trusts and kind of more complicated options like that, who would be a person who'd want to look into something like that? Or what person would be a good candidate to consider something more complex as far as their estate planning is concerned?
Yeah, great question. A certified estate planner would probably be where you'd like to start. Working with a certified estate planner who also has a elder law attorney attached to it, estate planning attorney. Those are very important too. Just like a doctor, there's many different types. Same thing with attorneys. There's many different specialties. So using an attorney that focuses and specializes in the estate planning realm could be a big asset to you if you're trying to get this detail put down.
And you were saying if you need something like a trust or something, that's for people who have, I guess, I don't want to say more complicated life, but have maybe more complexities within their life. Children, and you mentioned second marriages. Kind of tell us more about that if you can.
Yeah, sure. I mean, as you get older in life, sometimes the complications or just the complexities of it can increase. So say that the spouses this is their second or third marriages, so they want to make sure things are dictated correctly. Or maybe, like you said, maybe there's a child who has a spending problem or something along those lines, and you want to make sure that those assets are divvied out to them in something that would be advantageous for them, not a detriment. Those are some things there too. Or maybe you want to plan for legacy for grandchildren that you might not even meet. You just want to have something so that your name can live on as you dictate.
Well, Chris, good reminders. And as you mentioned, the key is now, if you own anything, is the time to start planning for your future, or the future even if you're not a part of the future. We appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you for having me.